In this video, we are continuing with the 30, 60, 90 prism. In this prism, again you will see that here A is 30 degree, B is 90 degree and C is 60 degree. This is a 60, 30, 90 prism. Now, P is a ray which comes and strikes AC at 90 degree. So it goes undeviated and strikes here at this point BC. Now at this point BC, now let us name this point as R. Now this figure resembles the figure 4.53 of page number 97. Now when it strikes R, we are going to draw a perpendicular here. Okay. Now this is 60 degree. This is 90 degree. So think of this triangle. Okay. So if this is 60, this is 90, this is 30. If this is 30, this together is 90 degree, this together is 90, this completely with the perpendicular, this is 90. If this is 30, the remaining is 60. So it strikes at 60. The ray of light strikes at 60. Again I am repeating this. It strikes here at 90 degrees, so it goes straight, okay, and strikes at point R. Now imagine this triangle, this small triangle. Now here this is 90, this is 60 degree. So the remaining angle of the triangle will be 30. If this is 30, its other side angle will be 60 because this is a perpendicular, this is like this. So it is going to be 90. If part of this is 30, other part of this is going to be 60. So this is 60 degree. So the ray P came and strike the normal at 60 degree. 60 degree is much greater than the critical angle 42. So it went inside. Total internal reflection. There is no ray here. It didn't go to air. It went for total internal reflection here. Struck here at 30 degree. Okay. Now here it is again struck at 30 degree. This is the normal drawn here at the normal drawn here at point S where it strikes. Now 30 degree is lesser than the critical angle. So it will go out in the air. So this is how the ray will act in 30, 60, 90 prism. These are the different cases where we are sending the incident ray from different sides of the prism and trying and learning the image formed. Now we go for two cases which are given in figure 4.52 where it is a 30, 60, 90 prism but total internal reflection does not happen. So let us study those figures. This is the first figure. You will see that the ray P is coming, striking at Q at 90. So obviously it will go straight here, strike here at 30 degree. Because it strikes at 30 degree, which is much lesser than the critical angle 42. So no total internal reflection will happen and it will go out in air. You will see that this is lesser. This angle will be greater. Why? Because it is going to the rarer medium. When it goes to the rarer medium, it will increase the angle of incidence. This is the first case. Now the second case. Here the ray of light is again coming straight P and striking at Q. It is striking at 90 degree. So it will go straight inside. It strikes point R at 30 degree. Okay, at 30 degree. So obviously it is lesser than the critical angle. When it is lesser than the critical angle, it will go, here you will see it is making a larger refracted angle because it is going from denser medium to rarer medium. No total internal reflection is happening because wherever it is not striking at 40 greater than 42. So obviously it will go out in another medium. This was all about the prisms. Now there is one condition, that is why are we using total internal reflections in prism instead of plane mirror. Now in case on page number 98 you will see some difference points. In this, wherever the thing is that in total internal reflection, we have one advantage why we use prisms instead of using mirrors. In TIR, in prisms, the complete ray comes inside. So it is not partial reflection and partial refraction. Intensity of light is completely being utilized because the whole of the ray will be totally internally reflected. Intensity of light will not become less. That is the advantage of using a prism instead of using plane mirrors. So we have here 3 points which are important points. You need to make notes. It comes from denser to rarer medium. The angle of incidence should be greater than the critical angle. So, but wherever it is a plane mirror, angle of incidence can be anything, but still it will be reflected. But in this case, it comes for total internal reflection in prisms. In case of total internal reflection, it comes from denser medium to the rarer medium. Especially in case of prisms, the advantage is that there is no loss of light, so no loss of energy. Whereas in reflection of light, there is certain losses of energy which occurs. After this, on page 98, you will see that there are some consequences of total internal reflection. That is, the examples are given that on a sunny day you will see that, or in a desert you will see that there are some waves formed in air and you will feel that there is water after a while. Then these are some kind of, the sparkling of diamond is another consequences of total internal reflection, because whenever the light enters the diamond, it enters at an angle greater than the critical angle and it will get internally reflected many times and it will sparkle. That's why the cut of the diamond is very important. They cut it in such a way that the angle is greater than critical and total internal reflection will happen. That's why you can see it sparkling, because the light keep on traveling inside only. Then there is one other very major advantage of TIR, that is optic fibers. You must have heard about it in telecommunication. They are very thin as the hair. Okay, now maybe thinner than that. They are either made up of glass or plastic. Now it's a very pure kind of plastic that they use for optic fibers. Here what happens is that they send the information, they send the data inside the fiber. You can look at the diagram here. This is the optic fiber. So now they will send a ray of light which is information. Supposing it's speech. Okay, so I am speaking. So my sound energy will be converted to light energy. Light energy will be sent through the optic fiber. It will be sent at such an angle that there total internal reflection will happen. No ray will go outside. Otherwise it's data, it will be lost. So nothing will be heard on the other side of the phone call, right? So here it will follow this path like this. On the other side, it is totally internally reflecting in the optic fibers, and on the other side you will find out that again light is converted to sound and the phone call is, the speech will be heard on the other side of the call. So this is how optic fibers communicate. Optic fibers are also used in medicines. Instead, the surgeons will put optic fibers to study the internal organs. There are certain organs which are not just under the skin. There might be organs overlapping them. So they send the optic fiber and try to find out whatever is the defect in the organ, whether they need a surgery, or maybe small kinds of surgeries are possible with the help of just observing with the help of optic fibers. You did not cut open the skin. So these are the few applications of total internal reflections. I will put a separate videos for applications of total internal reflection. Maybe for this class or maybe for the coming class.